Positive note, Bagpipes and Bonfire. Saturday.
You gonna wear your kilt?
4 to 7. Depends how windy it is. How did that all start, Skoo? Do you know?
Years ago. I think it was the open lands and all that had I don't know. I'm not gonna because I don't want to get screamed at like I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it started out really small, and I think it was just the open lands group, and then kind of expanded to what it is today, which is really nice.
Well, the bluffs do look like the Cliffs of Moher or whatever, Erland. It does look nice over there, so I'll give them that. So kudos to the bag blowers out there.
Pete, I'm going to guess that if you were to wear a kilt, it would be the size of an area rug, right?
It would definitely be some square yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I look good in plaid. But you wouldn't want to see a good stiff wind. Welcome to the Lake Forest Podcast, the podcast about the lovely city of Lake Forest, featuring topics like local news, sports, music, people, food, and homecoming. My name is Pete.
Hi, Pete.
And I'm joined with the voice of the Lake Forest High School basketball, football, lacrosse, chess team, Skoo. Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers and listeners just like you. Shark Guy Beach Fishing is a premier South Florida beach fishing experience out of Longboat Key, Florida. Their world-renowned captains not only put you on the fish, but to help you and your family make a memory of a lifetime. Check them out on Facebook or at sharkguybeachfishing.com to schedule an outing. Shark Guy is your guy for your next charter. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Reverend Luke Back from the Church of the Holy Spirit, Matt A., Elizabeth C., Coastal Lance, Otto, RDM, Johnny C. And we'd like to thank the Breakfast Club of Lake Forest, Captain Mike's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Brat Stop in Kenosha, Wisconsin as well, the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan, Illinois, and then the Greentown Tavern in Waukegan. Walker, how you doing, Skoo?
I'm great, Pete. How are you? Happy first day of fall.
Is that what today is?
Sad to see the summer go away. So
yeah, the light coming up later in the morning. Got to get the headlight on for the walks.
You kidding me? Oh, I know.
Brutal. Speaking of brutal.
Uh-oh.
Libertyville, man. Those kitties took a bite.
Took a big bite.
That's
the one game of the year you don't want to lose. Anything dealing with Libertyville, you don't want to lose.
Yeah. They got some big boys, man. That defensive end, 6'5". He's going to play tonight. Yeah.
Bonder. He's a good basketball player, too.
Okay. I just saw him going up against the O-line, and, Skoo.
Didn't you see their center?
Oh.
And I think he was a tackle, too. He was a smooth 6'6", 330. That is defined as a monster.
I couldn't
6'6"
tell
or 6'5". Yeah, big boy, number 70.
He's got to play at the next level, right?
Wow. I mean, he could stink and still play probably.
Yeah.
But he was pretty dominant. And then they had this other lineman who was a smaller lineman. I think he was like 6'2", 270 or something like that. But he was all over the place. So yeah, they had a challenge. It was a challenging, but we knew it was going to be. And it's sad because these kids work so freaking hard. They're just, there's better teams playing this year.
Well, they're better teams, and even though you've been coaching at one place for a long time, sometimes you got to make your scheme fit the talent that you have. And, this drop back with a small offensive line. I mean, look, we've always had good running quarterbacks, right?
Right. We've been lucky.
Why don't we, and we got small offensive line. Why don't we go wishbone?
funny you mentioned that, Pete. Lake Forest used to be the premier wishbone offense for years, and it's a very unstoppable offense. But I mean, I know there's not the true wishbone anymore. I know they call them modified or but and this is just my opinion, and like everyone has opinions, but
have them get their own podcast like us.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I still don't follow it, and I'm not a coach and don't claim to be, and I'm just a sole observer and fan.
Yeah,
but their quarterback is just getting crushed, and he's a good kid, good athlete, and all that, but he's
got like 2 seconds to throw.
He's not a quarterback though. I don't care what everyone says. I do remember him playing linebacker last year.
Yeah.
And they do have a quarterback that plays linebacker that is probably one of the best athletes in the conference.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. I mean, I just think if they have this kid playing quarterback, the team is a much overall better team. Yeah, they lose him a little bit at linebacker, but you can go both ways, and you can spell, he can go in a series or two and all that. I mean, he's a talented athlete, but I just think that him at quarterback gives the offense a much better opportunity because he's a quarterback, and makes them much better, as opposed to, and nothing wrong with Robert, the quarterback now, but he's just getting, he gets sacked almost every other play. And they don't have the big kids on the front line like they've had in years past. So on top of it, if you're facing a team with a pretty good defensive line, you have no chance. I mean, they looked bad in the first half, but they looked really good in the second half.
Yeah, they put the scrubs in on Libertyville to finish up.
They didn't put the scrubs in. They had the guys playing still. That's not the Liberty Lake Forest game is not a scrub game.
Okay.
I don't care what the score is. They might have had some towards the real end of the game, but I just think Lake Forest played so much better in the second half, and that's
well,
that's the thing that's really tough. Is it's not a preparation thing. If it's one half you're starting the game playing horrible, and the second half now you cleaned everything up and made adjustments. That's like, to me, the first game, let alone 4 games into the season you're doing that.
Did they get out coached too? Because those 2-point conversions, it's like they never saw that before.
I don't know, but yeah, those 2-point conversions, I don't care how that happened. How the hell did that center do that? Just center it sideways. I mean, I don't know if you actually saw it. It's like went through his legs too, and
yeah.
And that snap was a BB.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know if it was out coached, because I'm guessing they knew scouting that this is what they do.
Yeah.
So it's just they're undermanned.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the scheme, should they change the scheme, or know that, hey, you know what, we got a lot of small guys coming in. It's too late now. You can't do it now, but it looks like the cornerbacks are tiny. The D line is strong. The linebackers are strong. It's just that you put those big wide receivers out there, and all you got to do is toss it up. And there's, you saw the big plays. The first quarter was over.
Whew, man, that kid could throw. That kid was a sophomore, and he's rifling.
Oh man!
I mean, I was watching him at halftime. Was it? Yeah, it must have been halftime or before the game. I mean, he was on the 20-yard line, and he was heaving it to his buddies on the 20-yard line at the other end.
That one play, was it like an 85-yard toss or something like that?
It was like a 95-yard. It was. 95, I think they started on like the 2 or 3 yard line, and I mean, good
it's
throw.
Like you got Smurfs covering. Look, they got to chew up some clock, and they're not doing it. It's the defense is playing too long. You just have. I don't know what. look, I'm saying there's a problem. I'm trying to offer a solution on the wishbone or do some type of thing. Put the tallest short people in the middle of the line, the big guys in the middle, and just option.
All right.
So whatever.
But they just don't have I mean, you can't just jump to an option offense. But
no, you have to do it like last year. You have to look at the people coming in.
Yeah, but you can't really. It's hard to do that too because the younger kids are running the varsity offense, and it's just. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, Lake Forest has had for 20 years under the current coach just 5, 6, 7, 8 talented kids, and they've gotten the extreme out of the average athlete, and it's proven to be very successful. But I just think it's just it's a lack of, they got good talent but not supreme talent or great talent that's going to overcome some of these other teams. Unfortunately, hopefully they do.
Better.
Oh yeah, they got 5 games left. They can still make the playoffs. Go 6-3, 5 in a row.
Okay.
Start with Zion this weekend.
The downside of the wishbone, I can tell you from playing ball, my senior year in college, new coach came in and put in the wishbone. Nobody from the pros, they put the tackles in at guards, and it was a no huddle, so we never had a huddle.
Right.
And it's hard to get good film. They have to grab your junior year of film. But I could see that as a downside, trying to get kids rides doing the wishbone. But still, man, the defensive strong and the quarterbacks that I would think they would run all over the place and they'd still get their ride. So
there's some, they're just undermanned, and when you have to bring up 11 sophomores to the varsity, that's not, that's already starting with you being handicapped. And on top of it, Lake Forest is a small school. It's a minnow swimming in the the ocean. The North Suburban Conference isn't a small conference. I mean, you got 2,000 plus kids at almost all the schools, and Lake Forest is bringing up the kind of the rear with volume, or not volume, but population. So
they
got Zion this weekend. And I think then it's they're at Stevenson, then home against Lake Zurich, then Lake Zurich. Who's next?
Well, do you see the team getting bigger over the years? I mean,
Lake Zurich, Warren, and then Mundelein. So they got a long road to hoe. But 5-0, that means a 6-3, they're in the playoffs. Or
Skoo, I love your
4-1. They're 5-4 in the playoffs.
But how long's this current coach been there?
Spags has been there, what, 20? I think 20, maybe 19.
Yeah. I think he's going to be looking at the next level in the next couple of years here. I think I'm just throwing it out there. If you're not going to change what you got going on, now, then and you see the influx isn't there, then something we got to look at. Whatever. I'll keep watching, Skoo. I'll keep watching.
The lower levels are pretty loaded. Not loaded with kids. I don't know about talent, so who knows? Maybe, but that's a long ways away.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's kind of a gap right now between, 7th and 8th grade and, the K through 4 and all that. I think there's a little gap in population there, but the K through 4 I hear is, or K through 5 or whatever you want to call it, just got a lot of kids. So
yeah. Okay. Well,
and the rec programs are booming. I think it's their flag or touch football programs got over 100 kids, but the tackle is kind of down. So I think that's also a byproduct of concussions.
Concussion, that's right.
Hurt. I just hit the screen.
Yeah, I know, man. Damn. I gotta let me fix this.
So who knows? I mean, it's Lake Forest has always suffered from this. The population wise, I think it's not, but we don't have a lot of move-ins or we just have replacement move-ins, not new move-ins. New move-ins, like, we just built a whole new series of homes and people are moving in. We're getting people moving out and people moving into those houses. So it's
basically what you're saying is we got to wait how many years now? Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So another 5-6 years for these other kids to come through.
Well, just looking at the freshman, sophomore, junior class, there's there's not a big volume of kids. I know freshman is a pretty good size class, but still, you're talking about a 6A school playing all 8A schools, and and Lake Forest will never ever leave the North Suburban. So
never say never.
No, they'll never ever leave the North Suburban.
I don't know. Just look, if you're not going to change the scheme, I think this guy's going to skedaddle, and you heard it here first. Wow. How about the Salukis? Salukis.
What's that?
That is a Japanese motorcycle. They ran all over.
I thought that was a Suzuki.
Yeah, they ran all over the Northwestern Wildcats. It was a beautiful thing. Northwestern. I'll tell you what, there was a lot of lockjaw that got fixed because the jaws all dropped. That North Shore lockjaw? Oh, we're playing the Salukis. You got another crowd out there?
I got fans pulling in the driveway. Howdy. On their bikes. The beautiful.
Is the rumor true you're taking out the grass and you're going to put markings in for parallel parking?
Yep.
Diagonal parking.
My grass was taken out last year, and I'm proud to say it's back. There's still some weeds in it, but
I think COVID. A lot of parodies happening in football, the internet and the talent and that weird money system that I still haven't figured out, where you can just create a nice fund and pay these high schoolers to come join your school. I'm all for the kids getting the money, but I don't get it.
Well, I think it's also is the schools are so freaking expensive now that if you're not getting a full ride and you still want to go there and get partial, you're still, paying a huge chunk of change. So a lot of these kids are going to the smaller schools that are offering, the Illinois States and all that are saying, we'll take you and here's a full ride. I don't know.
Well, if you remember from our podcast we did with the guys from Northwestern, the president and the Russian professor, I forgot what the percentage was, but it's up. There he is. Tell him we're busy. We can't take his call right now. A very small percentage pay full boat.
Right.
So, but whatever. It's still a lot.
Yeah, small percentage, but small percentage are paying full boat. That's kind of a misnomer, because when you're at 90,000 a year,
yeah.
But when you're getting a little bit of aid and you're knocking it down to 40 or 50, it's still kind of ton of dough when these schools have endowments that start with a B.
And these poor kids that go in and study Irish studies and art and then they go into sales. You don't need a degree to go into sales. How about that poor guy that got beat up south of Lake Forest,
Fort Sheridan Beach,
north of Highland Park at the beach.
Fort Sheridan Beach.
Yeah, what the hell? What the heck?
Don't know.
Man?
Didn't get beat up, got killed.
Well, yeah, that was a heavy beat up, and I guess the guy went down swinging because the other guys. I don't know, man. It's 3 a.m. Don't go out there.
Well, it's just I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know what he was doing. I mean, there's not houses down there. So sounded like he was out, and then these kids or whoever it was were being loud or something. I don't know. And then discussion ensued and
Yeah.
turned into a beatdown and a killing.
And I don't think anyone's going to get fingered for it, even though one of the kids had a shiner and they found a gun at his house or whatever, but it wasn't used at the thing.
Right.
Be careful out there, peeps.
It's everywhere.
Positive note.
It's come to us.
Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, Bob Kiley. He had a nice article in the Trib. They were talking about him volunteering at the hospital, and they sort of danced around the Amtrak deal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what happened with that? Like $200,000 I saw, to get an Amtrak thing. The city council didn't approve it or something, and 30 years or whatever it was turns into.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That was a whole.
That was before my time.
Debacle of stuff. No, Amtrak, and they want to get a third rail on their line, to, I believe it was, they wanted to get service stop, the Amtrak service stopping in Lake Forest, going to Milwaukee and all that, because it only, right now, Milwaukee, I think you got to pick it up in Glenview or something if you want to take the train to Milwaukee. But in order to do that, they needed a third rail sidetrack. So, if trains are coming, the freight's got to pull off, or vice versa. And that created, the world coming to an end.
Would that have been a
with the resident
type thing, or taking away land, or?
There's no land taken away. I mean,
no, I know. I'm just saying.
Railroad owned it, and they can do whatever they want.
So there's enough land for them to put a third rail there. Okay.
However,
yes. ...
Our community got all up in arms about it, and with the noise pollution and a train sitting on a sidetrack for 2.5 minutes or whatever was going to rustle up, out in the open lands there where they were talking about going, would be rustling up the coyotes and all that, 3 a.m. But
what?
Yeah, there was a huge issue, and they took that all the way down, from Glenview on and all the communities, and it just, unfortunately, it was shot. I don't say unfortunately, unfortunately it was shot down, because if you want to take the train to Milwaukee, it's a little challenging and to do that. But it created a whole bunch of stuff, and
now it
was just one of those. It was just another Lake Forest debacle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can throw it under Costco and Whole Foods and gas station and city, the municipal service center, a whole bunch of stuff.
So the Green Meanies were partnering up with the Coyotes, and
I don't know about that. I was making a joke about the Coyotes, but
see, I can't tell.
Well, yeah.
And some of our viewers,
when I say coyotes, you really think that there's these four-legged animals going and complaining that there's a track in the middle of at 3 a.m?
I thought you were insinuating there was a group of people that were trying to stick up for the Coyotes. That's all.
No.
But
there were, but
okay.
But just it's.
So
crazy.
Did this happen?
Progress.
So the past manager, did he do this before that or after that?
Do what?
Make his, let's just say, his bid for the Amtrak line to the
I thought it was
lobbyists.
all part of it and all that, and he, paid a price, and but
it makes sense. I'd hop on the train and go to Milwaukee.
Oh, who wouldn't? I mean, stops right in West Lake Forest. I mean, it's just unfortunate that progress just does not is thwarted here in our beautiful town so often, more often than not. But What can you do?
Thwarted is a good word.
But yeah, you missed it. There was yard signs and everything.
Now this must have
I
been
think
right
it was.
when
I think it was
here.
no third rail was the yard sign. I think half the people didn't even know what third rail was.
And the other thing in the article was the guy said that he's leaving Jason alone to do his thing. He's not,
Who's that? Oh, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he had some input to Jason, but Jason's doing a great job. I mean,
yeah.
But again, I mean, you have a guy that was
30 years, right?
5 years or whatever as a city manager. That's a great
haul,
gig.
man. That's a haul.
Huh?
That is a haul.
I mean, he got crap because his salary and all that stuff. But again, my thing is, he was here for 35 years. Your salary is supposed to increase over time.
Yeah.
And so
unless you're doing a podcast.
I mean, but I mean, no, I think it was a good transition. I think, Jason has fit right in and is doing a great job, and
well, we got
tough spot to go into.
Well, he's doing a hell of a job. He's, even though I mispronounce his name,
or I should say, tough shoes to fill the big shoes, whether you like the prior or not. I mean,
so let's see. So first day of fall, that means a lot of stuff's going to start happening. A lot of meetings, a lot of getting ready for next year. The mayor
apple orchard, pumpkins, yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know. I gotta go get my pumpkins, and every year we go get pumpkins and apples and all that.
Where do you go? Where do you get it? You get a head start?
Up north, pick your own.
Really? Like how north? Like Wisconsin north?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take the truck, fill it up. You can fill up your car for a certain amount, and the fun weekend of finding stuff.
I think internal combustion engines are so cute.
What are you talking about?
You have to get gas.
Oh. Yeah. No.
So you got
thank God the gas prices have been sliced in half. So now we're back to the way it used to be.
That's a joke. I caught that.
Thank you. I'll be here all day.
I'm Mark.
I can't wait till they come and tell me I got to get rid of all my gas powered stuff, my crap cars and my lawnmower, my leaf blower and my hedger and all that stuff. You can't rip that from my bloody hands.
Let's see. Even if you have an electric car, man, that license is $250. $250.
Wow.
Why
is that? What's that different from a regular car? Besides what you pay
probably
for?
Another $200.
Well, I realize that. I'm at $150. Why are you $100 more?
Well,
I'm sorry, 151.
They're trying to get their gas tax money out of me. So it's another reason why I had a vanity plate. Only time in my life I had one. It was LOL OPEC. And they said, hey, LOL OPEC, we're going to take your license fee from $78 to $250. Oh, by the way, we don't have a way to record the payment, so we have to do it by numbers of the plates. So you can't have your vanity plate anymore. So I'm like, whatever. What? And I'm talking to the guy on the phone. You can hear the file cabinet opening in Springfield, and he's going through the folders.
Well, I had not any similar, but I had we leased a Ford a few years ago, turned it in 2 years ago. And, I got mail yesterday that, your 2018 Ford is due for its emissions test. And a couple of weeks ago, I got your registration is now due.
Yeah.
There's going to bleed
trying.
everything. I know. I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? Everything was turned in. Why do you keep, your license will be suspended if you don't pay for your registration on your 2018 Ford. I'm like, yeah, that was gone 2 years ago.
Because some people do pay it that are a little older than you, oh, I better pay this. And it's just another way. So Skoo, I'll just keep my EL988 license plate.
That's all right. We're not going to be distinguished individually anymore anyhow. The podcast will be, hello, EL2153. How are you today? What a great
I'm doing fine. SKU 12 Z Oscar Echo.
I have a friend who is going to have a baby, and they're just trying to decide whether it's going to be TC138 or BD.
Elon Musk did that. I don't even know what that kid's called. That poor kid. Well, actually, he's not poor.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You know what? You want to call me that? That's fine. That name is on the thing that says when Dad dies.
I mean, at least Prince, the artist formerly known as, when he had that weird symbol. Now this kid has just got this weird algorithm as a name.
You were a Prince fan? You probably weren't a Prince fan.
Yeah, he did some
one of the best
revolutionary things, man. He opened some doors, and it just shows that you can be 5 feet tall, and you can affect the world like you're 8 feet tall. So,
wow, that was fan. Pete, man.
Whew. Did you like that?
I'm just like, I feel like the movie Dazed and Confused right now. That was just like so prophetic.
Well, that's me. That's why we do podcasts, for all the people that want to hear this. And for all the people that say, hey, why didn't you do a podcast this week? This is why. You get a podcast like this, Skoo.
So what do you do in the fall? What's your family traditions?
Is Thanksgiving in the fall?
It is, Pete.
All right.
Here's how it goes. September 21st to December 21st is.
Okay. Halloween is big, very big. The wife loves Halloween. Oh, okay. Yeah. We put a 12-foot blow-up cat out, a couple of them in front of the house. And we've downsized. I think the cat is bigger than the house. So Halloween is a big one.
What do you think we'll get more dress up as? You have an annual host? Do you do annual costumes with you and your wife?
You rang, sir. Lich. But I think we'll get some. We'll be back to more normal than trick-or-treaters. Or was that last year?
No, the pandemic's over. Of course we will.
Okay, just wondering.
It's all. Well, I was watching 60 Minutes, and it was proclaimed. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I would think
it's over.
I think Halloween would be the ultimate masked event for all the people that wear the mask when it's like 90 degrees. Why not wear a Batman mask if you're going to do that?
I'm going to go as a person that's living through a pandemic. I'm getting an N95 and
a bunch of Band-Aids from shots.
Huh.
Oh, right? And your social media.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
save lives, stay home.
What is that one movie with Jim Carrey in it? He's in a bubble and oh God, and he finally breaks out.
We'll insert it here once we figure it out.
It's come on.
I hate Jim Carrey. I liked him when he was in Living Color, and then everything else is just stupid. Him and Will Ferrell.
Like Will Ferrell. Like laughing.
Sophomoric humor.
Oh my God, are you old?
I am,
you're the one that doesn't like a Will Ferrell and you'll watch a movie and you'll intentionally not laugh even though you're trying hard to laugh. And I hate this guy, so
there's very few.
Stupid.
No, it's got stupid stuff.
For a guy like you, which I think I know, the Truman Show is one that likes sophomoric humor.
Yeah.
To then say, I don't like the kings of sophomoric humor. You probably don't like Vince Vaughn either, right?
I would. Okay, Wedding Crasher's funny. That's very funny. I like it.
You're not the new type of movie people who like. I can't watch this. I only can watch documentaries about real stuff and movies they make about real stuff that happened. No, movies are about entertainment and all that. That's why
I do like historical stuff. I do like it, and they're when's the last time you've been to a movie?
Probably about a month ago.
Really
I've been to like 4 movies this year.
Dang.
Yeah.
So that Randhurst, that's the way to go. Any insights you can give me?
Randhurst?
Oh, not Randhurst. Shoot, that was my old house. Vernon Hills. What's the name of that place? No.
We go to I like the Lincolnshire, the Imax. I'll go to the Imax. If I'm gonna pay, $1.25 to take my family to a movie, it's gonna be IMAX and just blow my head off.
Yeah.
With the sound. Dan, on the other hand, does it's too loud, but give me that whole.
She goes in like that. All right, so go to Lincolnshire, and they got how many screens are there?
I think there's 12.
Are they all IMAX or only?
No. I think there's 12, and then there's the IMAX.
Okay.
But what was the last one we went to? I think it was Thor, God of Love or whatever it was, Love and Thunder. The last one I went to, I stand corrected. The last one, we took Pam's mom to Elvis at the Highland Park Theater. You ever been to Highland Park Theater?
No.
It's a quaint little movie theater, but they sell booze.
Get out. Okay, that is something to know.
Would you like a beer or a mixed drink while you watch your movie?
Well, yes, it's challenging to drive back from Highland Park.
I'll have a good pour of vodka and a thing of buttered popcorn. And some Raisinets. We saw Elvis there.
How was it?
Thanks for asking, Pete.
You're welcome.
I love Elvis. I thought it was okay. I don't like the movies, how they're made now. They do a lot of 4 square, 2 square, pictures cutting,
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, here's the first Elvis on top, like now in the movie, but then he does a flashback and they split the screen and the flashback is on the bottom. And I'm like, that's too much.
I think that
was done with on Thor, that movie too. A lot of which I have surmised to say that the movie making now does a lot of this split screening stuff, which I think it sucks. But the movie, I mean, it was more about the Colonel than about Elvis, so to speak. Yeah. But boy, that guy was a crook.
Oh, he's a manager promoter. They're all that way.
Wow.
Except
I knew he was a crook, but it kind of, but Elvis was kind of smart, but evidently wasn't that smart. But the guy that played Elvis was good. I mean,
Yeah.
And they had kind of they had like him singing
Yeah.
the song, and then they would cut to the audience, and it's actually a live Elvis audience, which again, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure I like that. Kind of too much editing, I think, nowadays, that to make it this, I don't know.
Well, they say that you have to change stuff up every 8 seconds or people lose interest. So I'm just saying on YouTube, you can see like even on our podcast, if you don't make like a sound noise or a change or something, people tune out and they go on to something else. So I kind of get it. Could this be our very first movie review? Would you give it a thumbs up?
I would say, you can ask me about some other movies too, because I love the movies. But
Okay.
I would say, well, here's the thing. So
That
we went
doesn't
to
sound like a
Highland
thumbs
Park.
up.
So we went to Highland Park, wanted to see it there. It was in the afternoon. Pam's mom wanted to see it. We thought that's the best place to go, and we got the senior discount and all that stuff. But
Nice.
it was long,
Gee.
and I didn't like like I said, all the split stuff. I thought that the theme was pretty good, but I liked the music. I mean, the best part of the scene was the ending, and I'll ruin it because it's already out, but it's they cut to right before he died, his last performance, and he did a Righteous Brothers song. What was that one?
Oh, in Vegas. What?
Yeah, but it was, they cut to him, the actual one singing, the actual live one, and that was great. I mean, it was just a phenomenal. But the sad thing was, like, we saw it, and I think it was like 2 weeks later, it's on HBO Max, and we're I'm like, well, that was a waste of freaking money to spend it, and then it comes out. But it was I would say probably a 5 or 6, and out of 10, and I would have taken it to a 7 or 8 without all the freaking screenshots and all that.
Okay.
That just was irritating because I hate looking. I don't want to have to think in a movie. I want to just kind of enjoy it. But when you're splitting or try splitting the screens, you got to look at all of them, and it's like, I don't know. I thought it was
all right. Then
that's too much now with that stuff.
And then the Highland Park Theater scale
like
of 10. What would you give it?
I give it about a 7.
A 7? So
I mean, they're older seats, but they're really reclined. Those are little, with my back and all that, I was doing a lot of adjusting, so I didn't really.
When you picked up your feet, did your shoes stay, or did your shoes go with you? Okay.
I was barefoot.
Okay.
It was a little sticky. Oh, I gotta watch a movie in my bare feet always. I'll walk into the theater and take my shoes off, and then I'll walk around, and just to get the whole.
See, when you do stuff like that, you gotta kind of give a clue, because some people will be like, "Skoo's gross."
I mean, it was, you're asking. It was funny. We had, we were at an afternoon type of matinee. And there was, over to the other side of the theater, there was 3 guys, older gentlemen, older than me by a lot.
Oh, wow.
But I think they just realized how to use their cell phones.
Yeah.
Because they're on the phone, they're talking to it. You're like, hold on a second. He picks up the phone, he's talking. I'm like, dude, shut the phone off. And he's like, the guy's like, who are you next to? Who are you talking to? It's like, are you kidding me?
Did you pelt them?
I think Pam and I were the only ones that actually could hear him.
Oh,
if you know what I'm saying.
I hear you. Well, the matinee senior discount, that's the ultimate blue light special.
But I like Highland Park just because I don't like it because of the seats are a little bit uncomfortable, but they're okay. But if you're going and having a cocktail and it's full bar, baby.
That's a strong point. In Lake Forest, did they ever have theaters?
Of course they did.
Where? By Dunkin' Donuts?
No, right in town. It's right where the arcade building is, right next to
like where Duffers and all that stuff is going into?
No, right in town, across from the First National Bank. or
Oh, the
actual
arcade.
Northern Trust Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
that was a movie
great.
theater.
Yeah, and they
How many
renovated
screens?
that one. That was just one screen. They it was an old time theater, and then they renovated it, and they were one of the first theaters to put the nice seats in there and all that stuff. But
So this would have been like 90s,
oh god,
right?
it was there forever. I mean, but I think it shut down probably in mid '90s.
Yeah.
They tried to do it another run, and then it shut it down. But his first movie I saw was there. That balcony, go make out up in the balcony. Never did, but I heard. Saw The Exorcist there. Oof.
Oh.
Scared the crap out of me.
So you had one screen, and that was okay.
One big screen.
Was it called the Lake Forest Theater?
Deer Path
Theater. Got it. Okay. So you had a bowling alley and a theater.
Couple bowling alleys. And had a lot of bars. And
Now we got a lot of art galleries and for rent signs.
empty buildings. But I mean, what can you do? It's just it's hard to get retail into small stores.
Hard to turn a profit.
Need to go restaurant. Which Duffers, speaking of Duffers, they've opened the doors up. They're finishing up. You can walk by there and see the bar and everything.
I did not know this.
Thanks
for telling us, Joe.
Flooring and the golfing bays, I think are going to go in there, and looks nice. Big bar.
Well, I guess they got golfing simulators.
Soon.
You can see me teeing off with a putter.
Simulators, not stimulators.
Simulator.
Yeah, not stimulator.
See what I did there? Skoo.
So yeah, that's coming. That's going to be nice to have a local little,
It's
get
going to be
together
Urso
right in my back door. Mm-hmm.
Jeff and Joe's town. Sprinkle.
All right, as long as they're bringing in business and places to hang out, I think it's great.
Bring it, man. Bring it. Okay, Skoo. That's our first ever movie review. I think I'll cut that out a little extra special. Skoo's review.
Your device is offline.
Oops.
To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen, then go to Settings, Network.
It's my girl, Alexa.
Your device is offline. To connect,
shut up.
Swipe down from the top of your screen, then go to Settings, Network.
Skoo, you're not helping. You're not helping at all. Not a bit.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for the Lake Forest podcast and the first ever Skoo movie review.
Skoo review.
And all the time again, when you're complaining there isn't a show, this is why.
Oh, come on.
Peace out.
Go Scouts.
Go Scouts. Who are they playing again?
Zion, the ZBs.
Zion. They Springfield Nuclear Power Plant, Zion, whatever. What's their the ZBs?
ZBs.
ZBs. Okay. Right. Don't get too close to them. Bye. Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers and listeners just like you. Shark Guy Beach Fishing is a premier South Florida beach fishing experience out of Longboat Key, Florida. Their world-renowned captains not only put you on the fish, but to help you and your family make a memory of a lifetime. Check them out on Facebook or at sharkguybeachfishing.com to schedule an outing. Shark Guy is your guy for your next charter. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Reverend Luke Back from the Church of the Holy Spirit, Matt A., Elizabeth C., Coastal Lance, Otto, RDM, Johnny C. And we'd like to thank the Breakfast Club of Lake Forest, Captain Mike's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Brat Stop in Kenosha, Wisconsin as well, the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan, Illinois, and then the Greentown Tavern in Waukegan.
This first. This is a song that I just recorded, and it's an old song called Unchained Melody. I had to play the piano, so it'll take just a second. I don't know all the chords, so if you hear me get my fingers caught in the keys back here, you know what it is. Now, Johnny, you gotta make it your mind, son. You gotta hold the microphone, put the scarf on, hold the ring, show me the right keys. Got it? Okay. This song is I just recorded it, and it, I don't know. Is it out?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks to be out? Unchained Melody. From an album called Unchained Melody. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. How you like it so far?
Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. God, speed your love to lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Lonely rivers cry, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me, my love, my darling. I've hungered for your long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. God, speed your love to